User authorized. E3 unlocked. Welcome to the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2011. Proudly sponsored by Best Buy.
Hey everybody, welcome to GameSpot's E3 stage show. We're a little late in starting, so I've got some technical issues, but we wanted to bring you something really special. So we're here in the theater where Nintendo just a little while ago showed off the Wii U, and we're here with JC Rodrigo, who is going to show us some games for you. First time anybody's seeing it. Again, sorry for some of the weirdness. So JC, talk to us about this game, because this is called Shield Pose, and I'm going to get out of the way.
Alright, these aren't actually games developed per se, but they're experiences. So one thing about this experience is a great example of using both the screen, the TV screen, as well as the new controller screen, and using it in one cohesive experience. Now, on this ship, on this experience, I'm actually a ship. I'm a pirate on a ship, and there's going to be some pirates out there firing some of these arrows at me that have like these little suction tip cups, and I'm trying to catch them using the new controller screen. Now, what's really cool is this also acts, as a really good example of how to flow. I'm going to be using both screens to play, and also this new controller acts as a second window into this game world. So before it was just here. Now it's all around me. So I'm going to use this, put my hands up. I can see the ship in the distance, which is also on the TV screen. I can look to the right, and there's actually another ship out this way. I look to the left, and there's also one ship out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you kind of just basic stuff. There's also some like a rhythm component to this too. So I kind of bounce with it, and you start to see he's going to give a command to me, and I have to react using the new controller. It's coming this way. I'll catch the tip, and I'm going to shake it off. One more time. 2 times. Everything over, I got to look up. And there's the arrow. Just 2 arrows up. Right. There you go. So look at the ship on the right, and shake off the arrow. 10. One in the middle. Yeah, so that's a pretty good explanation of, I guess, of what this is capable of.
Alright, now, it's very rhythm heavy, we'll say.
Yes, a little bit. There's some definite rhythm to the game. It's just a component of it. But as you can see, the way it changes, the way people interact.
So now we're going to move over here. Right here, before everybody gets super, super excited, they're calling it an HD experience. This is not crazy new Zelda on the Wii U. But what this is, it's a great example, right, of what you guys are thinking could maybe possibly.
Yeah, so if you want the official wording, it's, this is what The Legend of Zelda might look like in HD if it were using the Twilight Princess art style. Now, there's a couple controls in here, so I want to see what this usually looks like. So, fills up the screen. You actually have a couple controls here on the new controller, but you don't need to see what's on here. But I'm just going to touch a little bit, and I can change it from night to day. It's a little dark. I'll turn it back bright again. I also have other things. So this is running real time on the hardware. So this is not something just a video that's playing. I mean, this is really on the hardware. You can switch a couple camera angles as well.
And so while people are taking this in for a second and blown away by Link looking better than he ever has, I want to be clear, because when we were watching the comments in the press conference, some of you folks got a little confused. There's actually a new console running this. I think there were some people that were thinking that the new controller was basically some kind of Wii peripheral that was supercharging it or doing something crazy. No, this is actually a brand new hardware platform that Nintendo's releasing that works with the new controller. It is capable of 1080p via HDMI out. It will use proprietary optical media discs. I checked, I asked. It has a front-facing camera. Has a touch screen, has a stylus. We're gonna run you through that in a second. Okay, so that demo's over, and so while we're waiting, I do want to show this to you guys. So this is the controller. They're calling it a new controller right now. I'm assuming it's going to get a catchier name at some point. You see you've got your D-pad here, you've got your 2 circle pads, and you've got your 4 face buttons. You've got a select button, a home button, a start button, a microphone. You've got 2 little baby speakers here, power button, a battery light, front-facing camera. And if you kind of twist it around, you see 2 shoulder buttons, You see a volume control. See kind of like the infrared thingy that we saw on the Wii Remote. A headphone jack, an AC adapter, and if you look here, as I break it, there's a stylus. But on the bottom, what's kind of cool is that you've got these additional 2 buttons. And it's also totally tethered because they're worried somebody would shove this in their pants and run out of the room. But in this case, that didn't happen. And then you've got this screen. So this is not an HD screen per se, but if you hit that control, you move basically the image that's on the TV onto the screen, and you've actually moved the map up top. So that's kind of cool. And this is the front-facing camera, like I said. They didn't really give a lot of info on what they could do with it, but I mean, if you've been in Japan and you've been in the arcades, you know what they do with Mario Kart and whatnot. So it's a safe bet that some craziness is coming our way. But yeah, so this is it's a taste of Zelda. So we're gonna move along because we've got even cooler stuff over here. We've got New Super Mario Brothers. Me is what they're calling it. And so if you look over here, and our camera is kind of tethered, so we do apologize. I'm gonna take this out to you for a second. Actually, you could, in fact, play it a little bit closer to the camera so they can see.
Yeah, I guess I could do this. So, real quickly, I'm going to start playing a little bit of, let me see, is that okay? Good? Cool. So, you can actually, this is a great example of how you can play, an experience like New Super Mario Brothers, me, and, it's just to use, like, say, actually, like this screen instead of your, instead of like a TV. So somebody wanted to watch TV and you could play this, you could probably, sit down and use this while someone else is doing the TV. So also it's a great example of how HD graphics can really kind of add to the experience when things start to zoom out. There's 4 players. I mean, you can really keep the fidelity in there. So it's really nice. A lot of cool stuff in there. So.
And so while you play a little bit more, I'm going to walk the people at home through a little bit more. So, right now JC's playing it on the new controller. And actually, this game is compatible with 4 players using our traditional Wii remotes that we know so well.
That's right.
So, and there's a sensor bar there, so okay, that's how everything talks to each other. So now we're going to move along because we're going to have to wrap it up. We're going to have kind of a director's cut of this up on the site in just a little bit. But we want to take you to this next thing, which is a game called Chase Me. Not sure if you guys can see very well. We are kind of stuck. I may be able to tilt the TV a little bit. Maybe like that. And so you guys can see, so we can see we care. So this was one of the greatest examples we saw of how this thing's going to work. So explain it to people because it's nuts.
Yeah, it's very different. Now, check this out. So there's essentially 2 components to this, right? Me, the objective of the game is I'm going to be this me character in here with a Mario cap, and I'm going to be being chased. Now I'm only going to be using the new controller screen. This is all I need. I don't need to actually look at the TV. But the 4 players here are going to be trying to chase me using the television screen, and I'm going to be using just this. Now I have special information like an overhead map. I can see where people are. They can't see any of this. So they need to rely on each other to try to figure out where I'm at. So I'm just going to simply move my left limb out here. I'm going to start running away, and I'm looking only here. And they're probably going to start to communicate and start talking. Now that essentially offsets my advantage of being able to see where they are, what direction they're facing. I'm trying to evade them for essentially 2 minutes and 30 seconds and try not to get caught.
Okay, it's up to the left,
No.
red. Yes, you are.
I'll go look out post.
Now, so for folks at home, the center image you see is basically a color-coded region. Everybody's in one of the areas. They can kind of try and spot him. But what we're going to try and show you in a second is that what JC has on his screen is actually a full map, kind of Pac-Man style of the grid. So there was definitely a Pac-Man vibe that we got off this game because it felt like, he's avoiding 4 kind of colored enemies like ghosts.
Now he's heading back
And there's
towards
sort of a
red.
power pellet thing. There's an
the
invincibility
top
star that you
part.
can pick up as well.
Right in between green and red, now in red.
You can't catch me, dude. You're not catching me.
Up, middle of red, top. The stars starting to show up.
No guard star.
Oh, he's coming down. Going into blue, middle blue.
Heading in what direction?
Heading deeper into blue.
Oh, I'm trying to get the star by the way. So now I'm attacking him. I got the star, so I'm actually invincible for a little bit. I got speed boost, and I'm trying to get them for a little bit. knocking him over. Yeah, dive, get up. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you don't want any of this. You don't want any of this. Run. Run. Okay, now I'm gonna run quick.
So now we're going to try and do, see if you can kind of hold that thing up so folks at home can see. How's the glare on that there for you?
Good, fine.
All right. So you can see, and to a certain degree,
So he's
JC has an
heading up
unfair advantage
in green
because he can actually see where
towards
everybody is and they
yellow,
can't. Of course, he can't do much. He can just run and collect the star and hope he doesn't get nabbed. Whereas the people that are chasing him can actually do a dive at him and kind of smack him.
He's heading down, still heading towards yellow on the second level. Now heading down towards the middle, heading towards yellow still.
Oh!
Close.
And this is a timed, basically, game of tag.
Almost.
Dude, you guys are all
right
right
behind
This is
him.
great. You guys are all right. Y'all ain't catching me.
Oh, wrong
Yeah,
way.
yeah, you guys will catch me.
Dang it.
Then again, it's kind of fair. I've been playing this a lot longer than you guys have. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so close.
Nicely done.
What? So yeah, so that's Chase Me.
All right, folks. Well, there you go. That is just a tiny sampling of the stuff they've got here for the Wii U, Nintendo's brand new console. Brought it here to you live. Apologize for the technical issues, but you can see kind of a cool thing. So we're going to have a lot more on the console very soon. In fact, we're going to go take one more demo that we're going to be putting on the show in just a bit. But until then, we're going to go back to the stage right now because we've got even hotter stuff waiting for you.